This is wild. Travis Hunter is flipping his commitment from Florida State to Jackson State, an HBCU at the FCS level. Hunter is the #1 player in the country, and this is a major pickup for Deon Sanders. Sanders said he was going to shock the world, and that is exactly what he did today. For weeks leading up to early signing day, it had come out that Georgia was trying to make a run for Travis Hunter. Hunter had been committed to the Florida State Seminoles for over a year and a half and had rebuffed multiple rumors in recent months that he was wavering on his commitment to the Seminoles. Those rebuffs all changed when Jackson State came into the picture. This is a major loss for Florida State. Deon Sanders told the media last night, "Let me tell you guys this. Signing day is tomorrow. I'm going on record to tell you guys we're going to shock the country. I'm telling you right now. You've heard it from me. We're going to shock the country. You're not going to wait until this show airs to air what I'm saying. Every news station, I promise you." Sanders was named the Coach of the Year at the FCS level, leading Jackson State to a school record 11 wins and a SWAC championship. They play in the Celebration Bowl this weekend. When it comes to Hunter's signing day, he had an Auburn, Georgia, and Florida State hat on the table. Excitement built as even his teammates made comments and he needed to wait for his mom before he made his decision. When decision time came, he threw the Auburn hat away. Then he put on the Georgia hat and threw that away, saying it didn't feel right. Then he did the same exact thing with Florida State. He then had his mom throw him a Jackson State hat. Deon Sanders flipped his alma mater's top recruit to come to his school. There was concern at Florida State this morning, according to Noles 24/7 Sports, as things started to pick up this morning, and that was confirmed today. This flips the recruiting world on its head because Hunter's such a generational talent. He finished his senior year with 1,128 receiving yards and 10 touchdowns on offense, while on defense he had 23 tackles, 2 tackles for a loss, 4 interceptions, 5 pass deflections, 2 fumble recoveries, and 1 forced fumble, leading Colin Hills to a 15-0 record and a state title. He was actually only able to play in 10 games this season, so his stat line is even crazier. According to Andrew Ivins, he is projected to be a future first-round pick with a comparison to Charles Woodson. Ivins writes, "A generational type of talent. Legitimate QB1 and wide receiver 1 for the class of 2022. Makes everything he does look extremely easy. Smooth, explosive, competitive. At times it seems like he's almost a human cheat code, as he always makes the highlight reel plays at the right time. Video game numbers during his prep career, over 3,600 receiving yards, 46 touchdown catches, and 19 interceptions, making him seem even more godly. Hasn't tested anywhere, but he's one of those prospects that doesn't need to run on the laser to verify anything, as his play speed trumps everything. Quick to read and react on the defensive side of the ball. Likes to bait quarterbacks into making poor decisions. Elite ball skill and ability to elevate over other players helps him take away throwing windows. Shifty footwork makes him difficult to cover when he's on offense. Mixes gears well and is able to shake defensive backs with crisp little cuts. Not afraid to lay out or get his jersey dirty either. Will eventually need to add some body armor to a rather wiry frame that appears to be pushing 6'1", as that will help him make stops in the alley or block out on the perimeter. Has the tools to be a difference maker the second he steps foot on the college campus of his choice. Viewed by most recruiters and scouts as the cornerback long term, but offensive coaches are likely going to try to get him some burn at wide receiver in the situation packages. Should work his way onto the 2 deep as a freshman and then blossom into an impact player and potential All-American. Will play on Sundays, there are no setbacks and his chances to be selected day 1 of the NFL draft if he keeps progressing. Hunter explained his decision saying, "Florida State has always been a beacon for me. I grew up down there, that's where my roots are, and I never doubted that I would play for the Seminoles. It's a dream that's hard to let go of, but sometimes we are called to step into bigger futures than the ones we imagined for ourselves. For me, that future is at Jackson State University. Jerry Rice, Doug Williams, and of course the legend JSU's own Walter Payton, historically black colleges and universities have a rich history in football. I want to be a part of that history, and more, I want to be a part of that future. I am making this decision so that I can light the way for others to follow, make it a little easier for the next player to recognize that HBCUs may be everything you want and more. An exciting college experience, a vital community, and a life-changing place to play football. I look forward to working with the iconic Deon Sanders, and especially with my fellow Tigers. Along with Coach Prime, they have made me feel like I'm already a part of the team, like I'm home, and I can't wait to welcome the next class of top athletes into the family of HBCUs. Hey you! Yeah, you! Do you think Deon Sanders is building something special at Jackson State? Let me know in the comment section below. If you are enjoying this video, make sure to leave a like, a comment, and subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate it because it really helps the video in the algorithm. For this second part of the video, I want to talk about his backstory that I talked about earlier this year. Travis Hunter has grown up in Suwanee, Georgia, a suburb of Atlanta and an hour west of Athens, the home of the Georgia Bulldogs. He attends Collin Hill High School, playing in 4 games as a freshman, and as a sophomore, Hunter helped Collin Hills go 6-5 and make the first round of the 7-8 playoffs. Throughout the season, he served as a two-way player, having 26 tackles, 7 interceptions, and 6 pass breakups on defense, and 49 receptions for 919 yards and 12 touchdowns on offense. He was named an All-County selection by Gwinnett Daily Post and the Touchdown Club of Gwinnett. The crazy thing is, Hunter was only getting warmed up. Going into his junior year, he was named the Max Prep Preseason All-American and put on a show as he helped lead Collin Hills to a 12-3 record in the 7-8 state finals. He put up video game-esque numbers, recording 51 tackles, 8 interceptions, 7 pass breakups, and an interception returned for a touchdown. That's a crazy season on its own, but he also had 137 receptions for 1,746 yards and 24 touchdowns. Just insane numbers. He was named the Max Prep Junior of the Year and a Max Prep Junior All-American. During his senior year, he accomplished winning a state championship. Throughout his camp experience, if there was an opportunity to go up against a fellow 5-star recruit in an event or game, you bet he was taking the challenge. NFL players have been tweeting about how good this kid is. Hunter is not only the top cornerback prospect in the class, but he's also the top wide receiver prospect and hopes to play both ways in college. Steve Wiltfong from 24/7 Sports spoke on Hunter, saying, "He's as natural of a football player as I have seen in a long time. The game just comes so easy to him. Every part of it. The ability to catch the football, his leaping ability, he just makes all those difficult plays look easy. He's such a performer every game. Every game he's filling the box score on both sides of the ball and making plays that are game-changing. He always seems to rise to the occasion." Andrew Ivins of 24/7 Sports talked about how he couldn't take his eyes off of Hunter at camps, but the only time of that ever happening was when he watched Trevor Lawrence and Justin Fields square off in a 7-on-7 game. He goes on to say that Hunter's may be the best player he has ever scouted. Ivins writes, "Hunters, who considers himself a cornerback by trade, was simply awesome over the course of 20 minutes. He lined up at wide receiver and was bracketed by 2 defenders at the line of scrimmage. Most players would have just taken the play off, but Hunter found a way to beat the double team and score a touchdown. For his next few plays, Hunter was just tormenting the defense. That's when Cam Newton got in on the fun. The NFL quarterback who was coaching the other team asked Hunter, why if he's so good, a 5-star cornerback and everything, was he not playing on defense? Hunter quickly ran onto the field to man his position. 2 snaps later, Hunter picked off a pass in the end zone and tossed the ball in the direction of Newton, a grin stretching from ear to ear. Rusty Mansell, a recruiting analyst in Georgia, spoke on Hunter, saying, "It's one of those easy ones. He's one of the most natural game-time athletes that I've covered in the state of Georgia. I've never seen one just as good as him on either side of the ball." Along with that, he shared a story about Hunter, saying he basically walks in with a diaper bag. He was playing and holding this kid that had to have been 3 or 4 years old. When his time was called, he would get up and do a couple of reps, then come back and sit beside the kid. I'm thinking, I don't know, sometimes these young men are fathers at a young age and all. So I asked someone who it was, and they tell me it's his little brother. Travis Hunter didn't have a babysitter that morning, so he brought his little brother with him to practice and was taking care of him the whole time. You think about today's mentality, and you got someone that's babysitting his brother and working out, that's probably the epitome of a different dude to me. According to 24/7 Sports Composite, Hunter is the #1 cornerback in this class, best player in Georgia, and the best player in the class of 2022. When 24/7 Sports released their rankings back in July, Hunter leapfrogged Walter Nolan to take over the #1 spot that was left by Quinn Ewers. With Ewers deciding to reclassify, he naturally slid into the #1 spot. According to 24/7 Sports' Andrew Ivins, the decision was not an easy one to have Hunter jump Nolan, but a move that the ranking council felt was warranted, as many in their scouting community viewed Hunter as a generational talent, and he has dominated in every single setting he has played in. He received over 16 different Division I offers from the likes of Alabama, Clemson, Florida, Florida State, and Georgia, among others. Hunter decided to commit to Florida State on March 3rd, 2020, which was actually my 21st birthday, fun fact, telling Sports Illustrated I've never felt like a recruit there. That's one of the reasons I committed so early. Going back there, it's like going to my different house in another state. When I go back to Florida State, I just bond with the coaches, lock in with the recruits, and have fun while we have the time right now, because once we get there, we're going to be laser focused. It doesn't hurt that Florida State has become known for developing defensive backs like Deon Sanders, Terrell Buckley, Bryant McFadden, Jalen Ramsey, Derwin James, Antonio Cromartie, Ronald Darby, LaMarcus Joyner, and many more. Although schools like Georgia, LSU, Florida, and others continued to try to flip the #1 recruit in the nation, Hunter had no intention to change his school choice, telling Sports Illustrated, "I don't really say much. They know I'm locked into Florida State. I'm not focused on no other schools. Ain't nobody going to be able to change my mindset. I don't really answer the phone for anybody. It's not really often. The crazy thing is it didn't look like Hunter was going to decommit. That was until Jackson State and Deon Sanders entered the picture, as we witnessed history today. Personally, I think this is a great move for Travis Hunter, and I think he will do great things at Jackson State. But what do you think? How will Travis Hunter do at Jackson State? Let me know in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to check out my other videos right here. Don't forget to leave a like, share, and subscribe to the channel, and as always, remember to embrace the grind.